lack of rules may lead to discomfort on the part of some, if not all, of your students. According to Kane and Kane, the psychophysiological response to threat associated with fatigue or perceived helplessness is a phenomenon called downshifting.
Probably the worst class I've ever had is my cooking class that I have right now. The reason why it's so bad is because it's so laid back that anyone can do whatever and nothing would happen. And if someone swore or whatever, they can keep swearing and nothing's going to happen. The teacher isn't going to do anything about it, and you leave class with hurt feelings.
Discussing the teacher who, might be yelling and screaming a lot, you can just think about what that climate is going to feel like for those kids and for that teacher. The kids are going to be stressed out. The teacher's going to be stressed out. Yuck, I wouldn't want to go in that classroom at all. And what I try to do, and am I successful every day? Absolutely not. But what I try to do is have a classroom where, if somebody is making a bad choice, I can talk to them about it, but I don't have to be, raising my voice. They know by the way that with what we're talking about and the word choice that I use that, hey, are you making the best choice right now? No. So let's think about it and what might be a better idea of something that you can do instead. But absolutely, I think that classroom discipline can certainly affect the classroom climate, but I don't think that they're the same thing. I think that the discipline is part of the climate, is a piece of it.
And I've kind of gone always with the less is more attitude and philosophy. That I think the more rules you set, the more limits you set, the more sometimes the harder it is to enforce those. Then it gets harder to be fair. Mm-hmm. Then you get yourself caught up in a lot of things. Mm-hmm. So I think I spend a lot of time sometimes, I do often just point to the community values: respect, honesty, responsibility, kindness, common sense. Mm-hmm. And then to begin to handle and deal with kids on that common sense level. Yeah. And I often think I put myself in a lot of positions. It's a 90-minute block. I know for a fact if I'm sitting anywhere for 90 minutes, I lose the focus. I got to go to the bathroom. I got to get a drink. So I early on, especially with the block, I started getting away with any kind of rules along the lines of you only have X number of bathroom passes. You only have this. You just got to be followed this. And, it becomes a common sense thing pretty soon. And then pretty soon you realize you don't have kids asking all the time because they know you're going to give them maybe a little bit of a quick break halfway through. And I try to empathize. I think that builds trust too. And keeping the pulse of that classroom. All right, I'm doing a lecture. We got a lecture today. I got to get 20 minutes in. All right, I got the kids. They're engaged. Their eyes are there. I get another 15, 20. I'm going to take advantage of this. Mm-hmm. Or, she ain't going. Let's switch directions. And I think to be able to empathize with kids does a lot too. Sure. So I think that those all help to develop that positive classroom.
Once again, we'd like you to take a little time to stop and reflect on what you've seen and heard about classroom discipline and just how it relates to classroom climate. Again, if you're in a group, discuss it. If you are by yourself, take some time to think about what you've seen and perhaps write some notes down. Something that might influence your practice in the future.